Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Marianas Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakura Halstead.
And I'm Dan Shore. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories.
The lucky harvest, as luck would have it, has been found.
Also tonight, a House override of a gubernatorial veto legislates internet gambling and the use of blockchain technology on the island of Tinian.
And the grand old party of the CNMI selects new leadership.
And in sports, everything is beautiful at the Ballet.
Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Let your people know. When it comes to the pickle to chicken ratio, some people, they playing in your face, but not the McCrispy.
I love Marianas coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Half a day, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth.
You're watching the Channel 2 News on May 16 from our studio on Capitol Hill. The Lucky Harvest, a missing vessel, is found today after the emergency beacon was activated. At approximately 6:30 a.m. this morning, the Joint Rescue Subcenter Guam received a distress signal from the Lucky Harvest emergency beacon, pinpointing its location. Police say on May 12 the vessel was reported missing somewhere between Alamagan and its destination, Saipan. The U.S. Coast Guard, Navy, and DPS set out to find the vessel and the men on board.
They're Filipino descent, but there's only two crew. They left Alamagan because they've been contracted out with Fish and Wildlife, and then they were heading back home. They were expected to make shore at 4:30. So when the Lucky Harvest was not able to make it on time, they estimate that he can come to shore at 9:30 that evening. So when he never showed up, then the next day, that's when the owner, Cecilio, made a report that there's a vessel, one of his vessels in distress.
United States Coast Guard Chief Warrant Officer Sarah Mir reports the Lucky Harvest and both crew members found adrift southwest of Guam.
We're very excited to report that the Lucky Harvest has been located. We received an emergency position indicating radio beacon alert this morning at about 6:30 into our command center here in Guam. Immediately dispatched the Coast Guard C-130 that had been searching yesterday. They have equipment on board that allowed them to direction find and follow that signal to its coordinates and located the Lucky Harvest. And were able to determine that the crew on board were safe, but the vessel was disabled. We understand now that they suffered an electric failure, and that's part of why they became disabled.
One of the crew members were transported to a hospital in Guam as the other remained on board.
One person who wasn't essential to remain on board was brought to safety sooner and checked out to ensure that they're in good condition. And then the master of the vessel, who has more experience with it, remained on board until the Myrtle Hazard's able to rendezvous with them and take the vessel in tow.
Murr shares that the emergency beacon played an important role in locating the vessel and men.
They were at the edge of our search area, and we're very pleased that they used their emergency beacon. That cuts out the search part and it really makes it possible for us to find someone quickly. So we're incredibly grateful that they had that device with them and that they lit the beacon off so that we could use that coordinate to go and find them. We strongly advocate that all mariners in the area carry those beacons and use them.
The weather in the area reportedly includes east winds at 15 knots with seas of 2 to 3 feet.
We're very, very glad to have found them. This is such a positive way to reconcile this case. We're extremely grateful to all of our partners who've searched, including the Navy, the Department of Public Safety out of CNMI, as well as the sister vessel, the Mama Lulling. Again, we really appreciate all of the help from the community and anyone who called in with tips or information that can help us with these searches.
In an update from the Coast Guard, the captain of the Lucky Harvest has successfully boarded the cutter Myrtle Hazard. The vessel is being towed to Guam.
So lucky captain of the Lucky Harvest.
I'm glad they were found.
The House joins the Senate in overriding the governor's veto of a Tinian internet gambling bill. It's now law. In response to the governor's veto of a Senate bill to provide regulatory-compliant internet gambling and to authorize the establishment of the Tinian stable token, the Senate is asking the House to override the veto and pass the bill into law. Vin Armani, founder and chief tech officer for the Marianas Rye Corporation.
That this moment, right here and now, not next week or next month or next session, is going to determine the fate of the economy of the Commonwealth. The world is watching, and the actions you take in the next few minutes on the matter of this override will have an impact on the economic prosperity or lack thereof for generations of citizens of the CNMI. You have the chance to attract billions of dollars of investment and tax revenue from the fastest growing segment of the financial technology industry. You have the chance to do this without appropriating a single dollar, and all you have to do is say the word yes.
Clyde Norita, Marianas Rye Corporation.
Let's not lie to ourselves. Our economy is not going the way we want it to go. It's not. You are all elected leaders in our community. I was once an elected member of this house, and I see the newspaper every day. We're fighting for table scrap of what is a leftover economy or economy that's dying out, as Vin had mentioned. The internet technology, the digital age that's hitting the CNMI is something that does not affect our environment, doesn't affect our work visa, doesn't require to bring in tourists from China, because digital technology will bring the CNMI to the world or open the technology for the world to come into the CNMI and do business without affecting our culture, without affecting our environment, without affecting our immigration status. I ask you all to support this override today, because in the age of technology, a minute is a week, an hour is a month. And as we go on, what we're saying here with what YouTube is going on, people are watching. The technology people are watching. The investors in technology and digital technology is watching. I ask again for your support to vote yes on the override today.
Floor Leader Marissa Flores responds.
And yes, it is true, we are in dire need of money. But what I don't like is when we are desperate and we are not forced to make a decision because we are desperate once again. And every time we're desperate, it always seems that we come back to casino. But as a representative, I don't like to be pushed to a corner to make a decision based on fear.
Patrick San Nicolas, Tinian representative.
This is not a rush thing. Into unregulated digital Wild West. This is a bill about transparency. This is a bill about accountability. And modern financial infrastructure, it is about building an economy within the Commonwealth.
After a short recess, a vote was taken. A 2/3 majority would be needed to pass a gubernatorial override, and by a vote of 14-2, the bill becomes law. In the light of day, with the law enacted, Vin Armani sheds light on what has happened.
So yesterday what we were working on was which turned out to be successful, House override of the governor's veto of a Tinian local bill to remove some restrictions on Tinian's ability to license internet gaming. So they already license internet gaming, but it removed the restriction of having a brick and mortar casino. And it also authorized the use of a stable coin, so blockchain technology, to track and make the payments within the licensees within the online casino industry, to make that transparent, to make it auditable. And it was a really profound moment.
In a time when businesses are closing, tourism is waning, and government subsidies are in question, is this an opportunity for the CNMI to expand its capacity to host an international tech industry? Time will tell.
We cannot always rely on tourism. We cannot always rely on airlines. We cannot only rely on a land-based casino. And this is one approach that we can venture in, so we can get more revenue coming in.
The CNMI Republican Party installs a new slate of board members who appear to be more aligned with the former governor than the current one. Big turnout last night at the Roundhouse. The GOP held an election for the Republican Party officers. The ballots manually sorted and counted for results. Joseph Lipon Guerrero wins the majority vote for presidency, beating out Kimo Rosario by a margin of almost 2-1.
This event tonight is to reorganize the GOP, the Republican Party. It is pushing the party in the right direction. We lost the last election, and we need to revisit in who should run the party. How are we going to run the party? With the new set of group of officers, we are going to revisit the bylaws and make sure that we comply to the bylaws and really reach out to the community in how to better our CNMI. Because right now, the community is really hurting. We can't just let it go. It's due time that we need to address the concern of the community.
Governor Arnold Palacios in attendance. Palacios left the Republican Party and ran as an independent in the last election, and then teamed up with Democrats in the runoff election. He recently announced he is coming back to the Republican Party.
I've talked to Tep, and there's really never a deep divide or bad feelings among ourselves in the past and even in the present. We're all human beings and we make choices. But I think today is a reflection of the wants of the members of the Republican Party to put it all together.
Other officers elected last night include Pat Rosa, Patrick Cepeda, Melvin Faisal, and Irene Hall. The new board will be instrumental in deciding how a GOP primary will be organized. Palacios says he does intend to run in the next election as part of the GOP.
Are you going to run as a Republican gubernatorial candidate?
Yeah.
You will?
It's going to be with the Republican Party.
As the voting tabulations conclude, now former president of Republican Party waves out.
Well, tonight's elections shows that people are involved for a process that has always been in line to trying to help our people. And I'm so happy that our people came out tonight, as you can see by the number. But this is only the beginning, first step of trying to move on to the bigger step. And the bigger step is to try to get the victory for the Republican Party, but the more important thing for the victory for all our people to bring up their standard of living and all.
Coming up, faces from different places. Welcome to Saipan.
And Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, and Blitzen meet the reindeer of the Great Northwest.
Stay tuned if you want to see this.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
Let your people know. When it comes to the pickle to chicken ratio, some people, they playing in your face, but not the McCrispy.
Yeah. Going for a drive. You can save your life. Come on, everybody. You should never take a dive. Better be safe now. You should drive safe now. Click it or ticket. Click it or ticket. If you're going for a ride, buckle up, buckle up. From the oldest to the youngest, buckle up, buckle up. Everybody in the streets, buckle up, buckle up. Yo, click it or ticket. Click it or ticket.
Before you go for a drive, be sure to put on your seatbelt. This includes all your passengers. Buckle up, CNMI. It's the law. Remember, click it or ticket. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the CNMI Department of Public Safety.
If you're going for a ride, buckle up, buckle up. From the oldest to the youngest, buckle up, buckle up.
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
At Marianas Beach Resort, come to the edge of the ocean and experience the best sunsets on Saipan at Skipper's Beach Bar. Open daily from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Skipper's is the perfect place to unwind with great friends, great weather, and stunning ocean views. And every hour is happy hour with $3.99 craft draft beer, local food specials, and live music. Bring a friend or make some new ones. Skipper's is where memories are made. Skipper's Beach Bar, the best sunsets, the best fun. Come join us tonight. See you at the beach.
But I think of you sometime. Want to spend some time with you. Just the two of us.
Let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Let's go! Let's go.
Welcome back. You're watching the Friday night edition of the Channel 2 News.
The travelers are here, and we're happy to greet them as soon as they arrive. At Saipan International Airport, we see lots of faces from different places. Here's our retired soldier coming back home, Island Pride with the notorious spondylus shell necklace, and the pilot setting foot through those double doors. Let's hear where some of our travelers come from and what they're up to. Meet Malika. She's originally from Saipan but now lives in Georgia. She's been a nurse for a year now.
I think I was always interested in healthcare, but I really like the aspect of interacting with patients one-on-one and just being able to take care of them.
A long way from the mainland and home for only 4 days. This is what she misses about our islands.
Everything. I miss the people, I miss the weather, I miss the beach, so I'm excited to be here.
Lizalyn Ramos had a shorter commute. She flew in from our sister island, Guam. She's in the Army Reserve and just came back from training.
And what's your MOS?
92 Yankee.
And in layman's terms, what is that like?
It's a supply specialist.
Supply specialist. And how long have you been serving in the reserves?
For about 8 years.
8 years, right? And
straight after high school.
Frequenting the island in the south, this is how she compares and contrasts us.
It feels about the same, being that I've been traveling there for 8 years. It feels almost just as Saipan, just more stuff, more things to go out and eat, more restaurants, more options for places to eat.
The welcoming committee is here and Midian Ned is crowned upon arrival.
I am from Bombay, Micronesia, FSM.
He has served over 20 years as a pastor and is here on a mission.
I'm here to ordain some pastors and some lay ministers in our Bombay Community Church.
He expresses his appreciation for the islands.
And I thank you for welcoming us to your island, Saipan. We are so appreciative of your hospitality and generosity.
Whether you're home for a few days, back from training, or visiting with a spiritual purpose, welcome back, welcome to Saipan.
The Taste of the Marianas continues this Saturday night with a taste of roasted, grass-fed beef from Tinian. Free samples starting at 6 p.m. Please do not stampede. Also, apagigi from Yaya's Baked Goods will be offered to non-stampeders in the crowd. Entertainment includes Tipayi, Weewees, MHSN Tinian cultural dancers. Festivities kick off at 5 p.m. and will keep grilling and chilling until 10.
Have you ever seen a real-life reindeer? Well, you can, right in the heart of Washington State. We head to a small Bavarian-style town where a family-run reindeer farm is capturing hearts and spreading holiday cheer all year long. Tucked away at the entrance to the German-inspired town of Leavenworth, Washington, is a family-owned and operated reindeer farm. The Leavenworth Reindeer Farm has been delighting visitors since 2016. We're here at the Leavenworth Reindeer Farm that's been operating for 9 years now. Let's take a look. Much like the ranches across Saipan, Tinian, and Rota, where raising livestock is both a livelihood and a legacy, the Leavenworth Reindeer Farm is rooted in family tradition and deep care for animals. It all started with 6 reindeer brought down by ferry from Whitaker, Alaska. At the time, flying reindeer commercially was unheard of, but the family behind the farm persisted, writing letter after letter to airlines. Eventually, Alaska Airlines responded with an idea straight out of a holiday movie. They wanted to prove that reindeers can fly. Not long after, the farm welcomed 3 more reindeer, and as luck would have it, they were all pregnant. Today, nearly a decade later, that herd has grown to 39.
The best part of working on a farm in general is just caring for animals. We really believe that is our calling, is to care for animals, and everybody from our family members to the amazing staff here truly care for them, and so it just feels like a blessing to be able to call this work, even though we're just all out here having fun, being around them, getting to know like all of their different personalities and just making sure that they have the best quality of life possible.
Erica Bowie is the daughter of the farm's founders. She helped raise the herd with her family, and she says the highs are high, but the lows can be tough.
And I'd say the most challenging part is losing them because they don't live as long as we do. So just like saying goodbye to your family pet, it's hard here. For example, reindeer bulls in the wild only live about 3 to 5 years. At the influx of rut, the testosterone will double the size of their heart muscle, so they live a really short life, whereas here on the farm we can extend that to about 7 to 10 years, but still much shorter than the females that can live 18 years. And so I think some of the hardest moments on the farm are just saying goodbye to beloved big, massive bull reindeer that are teddy bears and you've just come to know and love so much. So those have been the hardest times.
The farm recently partnered with the Caribou Conservation Alliance, a Canadian nonprofit dedicated to protecting caribou populations. To help raise funds, the Leavenworth Reindeer Farm raffles off naturally shed antlers, a unique way to support a worthy cause while staying connected to the herd.
We never in our wildest dreams would have thought 1,000 people in a day would want to come meet our reindeer. And so the family kind of sat down one year and thought, well, this is above and beyond what we set out to do. We really wanted to figure out a mission that we were passionate about and a way to give back. And then all of our other giving is centered around our local community, making sure that we take care of our children and our elderly, making sure we take care of low-income families here. So it's just been really, really neat to be a part of the community that can lend a hand for sure.
From 6 reindeer on a ferry to a thriving family-run attraction, the Leavenworth Reindeer Farm continues to grow, give back, and spread magic.
From the Leavenworth Reindeer Farm, I'm Sakura Halstead for KSPN2 News.
Coming up in sports, if you can lift your leg over your head from a standing position, you are an athlete. Ballet is next. It's beautiful. Stay tuned, CNMI.
Welcome to Marianas Beach Resort, and now welcome to Marianas Coffee. Indulge in the rich, smooth taste of classic coffee, or treat yourself to one of our signature creations with the best coffee roasted right here in Saipan. Craving something fun? Try our cracking marshmallow milkshake, or one of our refreshing milk teas. Stay cool with locally grown lemongrass lemonade, the perfect tropical twist. Pair your drink with our delicious cakes, desserts, sandwiches, and salads freshly made just for you. And with super fast Wi-Fi, it's the perfect place to work or unwind. Marianas Coffee at Marianas Beach Resort, where great coffee meets great style. Location, location, location. Office space on Capitol Hill available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park. With natural light and ocean views, it's the perfect place for creative professionals. So upgrade your life and your working environment. Schedule an exclusive showing now. Call us at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
Buenas sports fans.
Buena sports fans, almost 300 runners are registered for tomorrow morning's 5K run. The Commonwealth Health Corporation is honoring mental health awareness with a free event for the public. 6:30 a.m. start time at Garapan Fishing Base.
Ballet, as a dance form, originated during the Italian Renaissance of the 15th century. It's a mixture of grace, refinement, and athletic dexterity, and it is a discipline not attempted by the faint of heart. It was early at the Taste of the Marianas on Saturday evening. The sun hadn't yet chosen to set, but the stage had already been set to present dance in its many forms. The athletes, dancers, warm up prior to their presentations, center their minds and their bodies, and take comfort in their supporting players. The pursuit of beauty has always been a theme for young people throughout time. Nature and its expression in human form can be traced through the history of dance, be it athletic, modern, classical, offstage, or on. When I was coming of age in New York City, there was a hit Broadway show called A Chorus Line, which was an exploration into the personal lives of Broadway chorus dancers. In it, a song at the ballet.
Everything was beautiful at the ballet. Raise your arms, someone's always there.
In a time, yes, 2025, when the entire world is thrown into doubt, when our island's very economic survival is up in the air, it is comforting to know that, yes, everything is beautiful at the ballet. As the world takes its chaotic spin, the Glushko Academy of Performing Arts, along with young guest artists from Japan, breathe deep, stop time, take notice of what really matters, and dance. Ariana as Dulcinea.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Tonight, partly cloudy with only a 20% chance of isolated showers, with mild east breezes blowing. Low temperatures around 78 degrees. The weekend, more of what has been very much the same. Drought conditions. They continue with only a 20% chance of isolated showers, highs in the upper 80s and lows in the upper 70s. The sun has set at 6:39 p.m. and will rise tomorrow early at 5:48 a.m., extending the hours of sunlight to include way too early. My neighbor, the rooster, has decided that, 5:48 is not too early to wake up on a Saturday. Why not get up at, say, 5:30? It's a rounder number, and, well, I like the company. So, cock-a-doodle! And I say, cock, I will see you in the water or on the land.
Well, that's news, sports, and weather. Thank you for joining us, CNMI.
We'll see you again on Monday.